Okay, thank God that we are entering into the last class for the book of Joshua. From the beginning, I knew that we won't be able to finish the entire 24 chapters, but that's okay. It was never in my intention. It was never in my original plan. My intention to finish the book of Joshua. In fact, I was very proud of myself that we crossed Jordan River. So I fulfill, I actually exceed my original plan for myself. Okay? So yeah, after the class, I will give a little applause for myself. Yeah. So my new record that we are actually going to finish in chapter 7. So last class, we used one class to cover the battle with the city of Jericho. I didn't pay too much attention in terms of the method. I didn't pay too much attention upon what is one circle, why one circle a day, why 7 circles on the last day. For me, that's not really the most important thing in here. And I did not say why, who is in the front, who is in the back. For me, those are not that important. At the end of the day, throughout the entire Bible, the journey of our faith is only down to one word, which is submission. Submission. All the problems begin from disobedience. All the problem of human beings begin from disobedience by Adam. That's why human life become like the Jordan River. From the city of Adam, facing nothing but trouble and distress in life, eventually end with nothing but enter into the Dead Sea. That's human life. All from Adam, the disobedience of man. But in order to change our life, to be different, to reconcile with God, that the only solution is obedience. When you submit to the instruction of the Lord, whether you like it or not, that you might not agree, you might not like it, it might not be in accordance to your preference, but at the end of your days, if you are able to say, fine, if this is what you want, this is what you're going to get, I will do it. Simple. This is salvation is a very simple concept. Enter into glory is a very simple concept. Simple but extremely difficult to do, because that means you need to forsake your own preference. When we say submission, it means that you need to deny your personal want. This is not what I want. This is not the direction I want to take. This is not what I want for my life. But because you say so, then I'll do it. That's called submission. And submission changed the course of our life. Submission allows us to have a different experience with God and find a greater and higher meaning at the end of the day. It's all about submission. So conquering the city of Jericho, the only key is not really about the formation of their sequence. The armed men in the front, the priest with the trumpet, the one with the ark, like what is in the front, what is in the back. I mean, you can always develop applications. You can always elaborate into life teachings, of course. But I don't want to focus upon that. I just want to let every one of you know the solution of life. The key for victory is nothing but submit. That's it. Like it or not, that's the only key. For you at your age, obedience is something that you probably dislike the most. At your age, it's more like, I am the king of the universe. I do whatever I want to do with my life. That's your choice. I don't know, maybe when I was in your age, I thought about it. Well, I don't know. I'm not very, yeah. I have no idea what was I thinking when I was in your age. But a lot of times we feel that at a certain age, you have this feeling that my life, I control. I decide what I want. Nobody, not my parents, not the church teacher, not the pastor, not the Bible, not God. Nobody told me how I should run my life. Again, it's your life. You make the call. You make the call. God is not going to force you. God tell you, but God is not going to force you. However, for some of you, let me tell you amongst here, out of all the students here, some of you will eventually get to my age looking back and only with a lot of regret. If I would have listened, then my life would be very different. If only I would have been a bit humble, not being so arrogant, I would be in a very different situation. You know, I guarantee some of you, many years down the road, 20 years later, when you get to my age, you look back 20, 25 years later, you're like, oh man, regret. Why was I so stubborn? Why was I so, so insist, so self-centered? You would. Some of you would. Some of you will only live in regret. But not all of you, I hope. I hope that many of you at your age right now, even with a lot of requirements from the church, all the instruction from the Bible, you feel that burden. You feel, why are you bugging me? Why are you bothering me? It's my life. Why are you setting up all these rules and regulations, making me uncomfortable? I hope, even you don't like it, you do it. Even you are gnashing your teeth with the pastor. Fine. Yeah, my kids do that to me all the time. Yeah, my daughter does. Yeah. Fine. Yeah, but I hope, as much as you are gnashing your teeth to your parents or to the pastors or even to God, I hope that you are able to say, fine, I don't know why you are bugging me like this, but okay. And then down the road, one day you are able to look at your life and you say, good thing. Good thing when I was young and immature and childish and foolish, I was able to at least listen. I hope. But again, it's your call. Some of you is going to live in regret. What if? Some of you will hit yourself on the chest. Oh, good thing it didn't happen to me. Different route, different choice. You decide. But anyway, let's go to City of I. This is our last class. We want to talk about Battle of I. The City of I. I struggled. Yesterday, I was contemplating if I should talk about this battle, because this is the second battle they faced, and the first time they were defeated. The story is the book of the book of Joshua is life of victory. I do not want to end our last class in the defeat of I. So at first, I wasn't going to touch about it. I wasn't going to touch this. I was going to end the class with triumphant with the city of Jericho, collapsing of the city wall due to the faith and trust of men. I want to end with the upper, like the top, the atmosphere of victory, winning, defeating the enemy. Hallelujah. Amazing work of God. I want to end it there. So at first, I don't want to talk about this. But then, having thought about this whole day yesterday, I feel that we still want to touch about the battle of I, facing the reality. You are leaving here on Sunday. There will be moments of your life as you triumphant facing the city of Jericho. But there might also be moments you are facing the defeat like the city of Ai. But you have to remember one thing. They were defeated. But then they were able to regroup. They were able to regroup, restart, and then they were able to wipe out the entire city of Ai. So they are able to renew and be strengthened. No one, let me tell you, no one is able to always on their spiritual high, the peak. No one. They are always up and down. They are up and down for you. They are up and down for me. There is always fluctuation. Faith is always a fluctuation. There are times that you are in your spiritual high, but there are also times you decline. That's the reality. There are times that you win like a champion facing the city of Jericho, but there were also times that you feel defeated like facing city of Ai. So we're still going to talk about this. We want to find out why defeated. City of Ai is a much smaller city than the city of Jericho. Much smaller. However, not as small as you think. Again, you should know the story. If you did not read chapter 7, chapter 8, as I ask you, then you were defeated. All right. So you should know this. You should know the story about the city of Ai, the battle with the city of Ai very well. So after they defeat the city of Jericho, after they conquer the city of Jericho, now they are facing the next city called the city of Ai. But this time, their mentality were very different. Facing the city of Jericho, they were like, my goodness, the city is strong, the wall is thick, it's powerful. What can we do? You know, that facing the city of Jericho, they feel powerless. That's why when Joshua received the instruction of the Lord, then they have to rely on the Lord because they don't know what else to do. They got no way out. They don't know what to do. So they say, okay, well, since there's nothing we can do, we have to follow what Joshua said, what God said. So city of Ai, on the contrary, after they defeat or annihilate, wipe out the city of Jericho, now they turn around and look at city of Ai. That thing is small, a puny city compared to city of Jericho. They say to themselves, if we can conquer the city of Jericho, what is a city of Ai? They only forgot one thing. When battle with Jericho, they did nothing. It has nothing to do. Victory over city of Jericho has nothing to do with them. It's not because of that. From the beginning to the end, what did they do? Making circles on the last day, shout, and that's it. That's it. From the beginning to the end, it's always the work of God that they were able to defeat a powerful city of Jericho. However, they credited upon themselves. That's why they say, if we can defeat city of Jericho, what is Ai? What is the city of Ai? Nothing. So they say to Joshua, nothing is nothing. We can do it. And Joshua let them go. This is something that shall serve as a warning. That shall serve as a warning. That they check out the land, they said the land is small. They check out the city. They came to Joshua, said, city is small, no big deal. No big deal. So 3,000 men. 3,000 men went up. Can you see that how proud, how prideful they became after they defeated the city of Jericho? They forgot it was a work of God. They forgot they did not do anything about it. They didn't get to participate. They contribute very little, but they took it as their own credit. We are the one. It's we defeat the city of Jericho. So they sent 3,000 men. City of Ai. Very often, when you in the RE class, they told you that city of Ai is a small city, right? That statement is right and wrong. It is small compared to Jericho, but it is not small in reality. At least it's not a place that 3,000 men can take. It's not that small. So you can see that how much they amplify themselves. Like all the pride setting to the point that they blind themselves. Because even the city of Ai, even after they defeat even after they defeat the army, they kill all the military, and they conquer the city. The Bible told us that even after all the army died, they still got 12,000 people in the city. This is without their army. This number is without their army. The leftover 12,000. So when you say city of Ai is small, that was not really a fact. It was not that small. Sending 3,000 men, so city of Ai is 12,000, at least 12,000 plus their army, their military. So something I missed in chapter. Oh, sorry. So chapter 25, verse 25. 听不到。12,000 people were killed in chapter 8, verse 25. And he's, actually, I am wrong. You are correct. That if you look at chapter 8, verse 25, so it was that all who fought that day, both men and women, were 12,000, all the people of Ai. But still, this is not a small city. At least it's not something that 3,000 men can take. But they did that anyway. They did that anyway. Why? Because they think, if we can take Jericho, we can take city of Ai. So you can see at this time how pride setting in the heart of Israel. We don't need everybody to go. We don't even need to inquire of the Lord. We don't need just send a few men and we will take down the city. And they were defeated. So number one, the reason that you are defeated is because when you feel you can do it. I don't need people to help. I don't need God to help. This is not difficult. This is easy. I can do it. A lot of times when pride sets in, that humiliation follows. So this is the first reason. Because they feel this is no big deal. I can do it myself. And number two, another problem. Now we have another person stepping to the picture. Now let's turn to chapter 7, verse 1. Chapter 7, verse 1. Chapter chapter 7, verse 1, it says that, but the children of Israel committing a transgress regarding to a cursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zebdi, the son of Zereth, of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing. So the anger of the Lord burned against the children of Israel. Okay? Now, there are two reasons of their defeat. Number one is because their pride. They say, we can do it. No big deal. We can do it even without God. Number two is because of sin. Okay? Now we have a man named Achan. Achan. A-C-H-A-N. Now we have a character, a person. His name is Achan. Right? So you know the story. You know how he stole the accursed thing. The gold and silver and clothes. That's what Achan said. What did he steal? He steal gold and silver, and also the robe, the garment, the Babylonian garment. So now we found another problem, that the camp of Israel is no longer pure. So God, because of sin, that God was not with them. Because of pride, that they were defeated. Now we want to look at about Achan. The Bible says that Achan, when they conquered the city of Jericho, God said to them, you're not allowed to take anything from here. Wipe out everything. So that was the instruction. But Achan, he took the gold and silver and the beautiful clothes. Again, from the battle of Jericho to the battle of Ai, we once again reach the same conclusion. What is the key for the victorious life? Submission. You submit, you conquer Jericho. You do not submit, then you defeated by Ai. In here, we don't know what's wrong with this guy. That after a specific instruction from Joshua, from the Lord, he just has to. I don't know, that some people are just like that. Even after giving a very specific instruction, you just couldn't do it. You just have to, violate. You just have to cross the line. You just have to. So think here, Achan took the gold and silver and the beautiful clothes. And that's why the Lord said, I'm not with you. And then they were defeated. They went up, and 36 of them were killed, and they were defeated, and then they ran away. You might think, what's the big deal? 36 that were killed. What is the big deal? You might think, that you have so many people. When you engage in a battle of, hundreds of thousands of people, 36 got killed, you might think, what's the big deal? In this war, you send 3,000 people up and 36 got killed. Come on, 1%. 1%. You might think, what is the big deal? Why? Why it turned out to be such a great disaster in the eyes of Joshua? There's a reason. You are an invader. The only reason that all the other Canaanites, they were holding back because you are strangers. They don't know. They don't know what you are like. They don't know what kind of strength that you have. They don't know your military power. They don't know anything about you. They only heard about what happened in Egypt. The news circulate. In the old days, when the news circulate, it also get mutated. All right. So people do not know. Israel, do they have like 6 arms? Or that there are a lot of things that could be created. So the people, the native, the Canaanites, they were waiting. They are waiting to see what happened. What happened to other cities? What happened? The news that the guys, oh my goodness, the powerful Jericho collapsed. What did they do? You know that in that generation, people are ignorant of things. So they can create a lot of mythologies. All right. So they create, how come the world just collapsed? They come up with all those scary stories to scare themselves off. So they dare not to come forth because they are waiting for someone else to be the guinea pig. But apparently, now, the small city of Ai able to kill the Israel. So Israel can die too. Can you imagine when they hear about the city of Jericho collapse, conquer, and Israel got 0 casualty? For Israel, nobody died. Nobody died because they didn't get involved. Right? Can you imagine when the news passed around the neighbor country, how would that turn into? Israel cannot die. They are immortal. Even you take the sword, you cut them to half, they glue themselves back to get, like you get all those kind of weird story around, and the people got scared. But now, the reality come forth. Israel people can be killed too. Right? 36 died, still there, dead body, not moving. If I can kill them, we can kill them too. Can you imagine? Now the wind turned from fear of Israel. Now, let's see. Oh, I didn't realize that you were that small. When the Hebrew giant came and said, oh, only got here. Smash. So the whole table, that's 36 person, that's 36 times. The thing is, one defeat melted the heart of Israel. So this is a terrible situation. That's why Joshua was so desperate. Because not only now, the wind turned, and Canaanites, they dare to try. They dare to try. Let's fight. If we can kill you, there's something we can do. On the other hand, Israel, I thought we will always win. I thought guys on our side, I thought we will never be defeated. Now we are. So, that you can see how the whole situation changed. Why? Because of Achan. Because of disobedience. Disobedience result in defeat. So, now Joshua, devastated by the news, unbelief. How could it be? How could it be? I thought, Lord, didn't you say that you are on our side? How could you let it be? What's going to happen now? All the Canaanites, they are going to gather. They are going to amass their army, and they are going to wipe us out, and we got no way to go. That's why Joshua was praying and praying from morning to the evening. But what did the Lord say to him, Mom? A lot of times we thought prayer is the key for everything, right? Again, we say the same thing. We share the same concept by the Jordan River. Very often we always say, just pray, just pray, just pray. Please, there are times the Lord will say to you, stop. When the Lord say to you by the Jordan River, say, gather your courage and get your feet into the water. That's not the time to pray. You don't pray. You take into action. If you do not put your feet in the water, it doesn't matter how long you pray, how much you fast, nothing will be done for you. Because the Lord gave you a very, very specific instruction. Get your feet into the water. So this is not the time to pray. At this time, prayer is useless. It doesn't do anything. When you know what you should do, but you don't, you just pray. All those prayers are useless. God told you what to do already. Second, now, when Joshua was praying to the Lord, why are we defeated? Why are we defeated? Why are we defeated? What did the Lord say to him? The Lord did not say to him, wow, Joshua, your prayer is so sincere. Your prayer has touched my heart. I will help you. No. The Lord said to Joshua, stop. What are you doing? Get up. Don't pray. Stop. The Lord did not say, oh, I'm so moved. I'm so touched. The Lord said, get up. Don't pray. Don't stop. There are times that you shouldn't pray. The Lord said to Joshua, now Israel sinned against me, you go deal with the problem. Just because prayer, Joshua prayed for hours. The Lord said, no, go deal with the problem. Go. He said that Israel sinned against me. Go and figure out what happened and deal with the sin. Purge the sin. Otherwise, I will not be with you. Even after all this prayer, the Lord still said, I will not go with you if you do not deal with the transgression. Prayer is not an excuse. Quite often, people take prayer as a way to dodge responsibility. You say something wrong. You wrong a person. You hurt someone. But you don't want to apologize. You feel embarrassed. So you kneel down and pray. Oh Lord, yeah, you know what? I said the wrong thing, but I didn't mean to. Yeah, forgive me. So you know what? You kneel down and pray. You get out. You feel good. Oh, it's okay. I told God already. I repent. I ask God for forgiveness. What more do you want from me? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. What is prayer? Prayer is you kneel down knowing that you need help. So you pray for the strength of the Lord. You kneel down begging for strength. You get up, create the courage, and deal with the problem. That's prayer. That's prayer. Prayer is not for you to dodge, to find excuse, to comfort yourself and say, oh, I pray already. It's that when you kneel down, you face your mistake, you ask the Lord to give you courage, you get up, you pick up the phone and say, I am very sorry. Please forgive me. That's prayer. So at this time, the Lord said to Joshua, stop. Get up. Israel sinned against me. Go deal with the problem. So of course, Joshua got up. And then he went, and by casting lots, out of 12 tribes, find out the tribe, out of the family, find out the family, and eventually find out Achan sinned against God. Oh, yesterday we have a fire alarm. Huh? Someone pulled the fire alarm that triggered the whole thing. Huh? Also, I was given the suggestion from another pastor that maybe as I talk about the story of how they cast lots to find out who sinned against God, to find out who was the one that we can probably do the same. Like try to find out who is the one that pulled the fire alarm. Huh? Because the location is the lodging place for the brother. I don't know. Oh, it could be sister who just have to sneaking to the brother side. I don't know. You know what the thing is? Honestly speaking, we don't know if it's done by one of the students. We say, oh, maybe outsider, somebody from the back flip over the wall just so that he can come in and pull the alarm and flip over the wall and run away. I don't know. Whatever. No, I thought about it. I thought that would be very interesting. Yeah, if we we have team ABCD, like let's kiss the law to find out which team, and then we find out, and then we kiss the law to find out who, right? It was just for fun. I don't know if this is done by one of ours, one of our own. Okay? If this is done by one of our own, one of you in here, let me tell you one thing. For me, in my opinion, the problem is never about you pull the alarm, you cause the fire draw, and then the fire truck show up and create a whole chaos. For me, that's not that serious. In fact, that's not the reason we want to find out who. Yeah, in fact, we are not trying to find out who. They are actually surveillance cameras. But we are not trying to find out who. What I concern more is how would you deal with your own conscience after this whole thing happened? I don't, that I don't know if I don't know if it's one of you. I don't know if you did it intentionally or accidentally. That you were walking and then you trip over the sling bag. You were pop. I don't know. And let me tell you, I don't really care. I don't really mind. Either you did it intentionally for whatever the reason is, or you did it accidentally and you are too embarrassed to admit that you did it. For me, that's not a problem. That's not the problem. What I worry more, I really do not want you to hide this and go home with an unclean conscience, feeling that you have wrong and you dare not to admit. I don't, let me tell you that even if you did it intentionally, I'm still very fine with it. I would just tell you, pat you on the back and say, oh, you know what, don't do that next time. For we are one family. There's nothing that cannot be solved in here. I don't mind, even all this thing happened. I don't mind. I don't. Of course, if you did it accidentally, what can I do? Hey, next time, walk, be careful. It's not a big deal. But what is the big deal? The big deal is that you don't say, and you go home, you keep on having this guilty feeling. I really do not want you to live with the guilt. I do not want you to live here with guilt and live your life with guilt. That's what I worry about. I don't care why you pull the fire alarm. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. But it hurts me thinking about you need to live with this guilty feeling. So, if it's one of you, let me assure you, we will not look at you differently or give you a hard time. Or, we will not. We know things happen for a reason. And maybe whatever happened in your life that you just decide to do, to pull the, I don't know. I don't mind. I really don't mind. I wish that you are able to find someone that you trust in here. Probably the pastor, probably one of the counselor, your counselor. I hope that you can just let one person go and confess to one person, just one person that you trust, and make sure that the person doesn't kill anyone else. You can just tell the person, say, I did it and I'm sorry. That will release you. Release you from fear. Release you from guilt. So again, this is not about who, why. I don't really care. I just wish, you know what, life is hard enough as it is. Life is hard enough. We are dealing with facing enough things burden our heart. Do not allow this to be one of it. I just know that if you tell somebody, it will make you feel much, much better because you will receive your forgiveness. And when you receive your forgiveness, then you are able to be in good terms with your conscience. You do not go home with a lot of fear, a lot of guilt. You should not. You should not. Just find one person. And then just a very simple, just bump on the shoulder and say, sorry. That's good enough. For me, that's good enough. It's not about your apology. It's how you forgive yourself, how you reconcile with yourself. So if it's one of you, I hope when you leave here, you are able to be released from your sense of guilt. Life is hard enough. You don't need this to go home with. Okay? So the sin of Achan. So Achan, he did. As you can see in chapter 7, at the end, after they cast the lot, they found out it's Achan. What did he say? Achan, he said in verse 20, Achan answered to Joshua and said, indeed I sinned against the Lord. Yeah, but this is too late. Why did Joshua went through the whole ordeal? Okay? You know that there are 2 million people. You are casting lot. Now you are down to 12 tribes, one of the tribes. Every tribe is about 40,000 to 60,000 people. Now, out of all these people, you have to cast a lot again. You have to cast a lot again. From morning to cast a lot, and everyone just over there, wait. What have you been doing all this time? Achan You know, this is called the mercy of the Lord. The Lord is waiting for Achan to come forth. So, but after all this trouble, and finally the pinpoint is Achan. And Achan said, oh, I have sinned against the Lord. This kind of confession, repentance is useless. You were giving opportunity after opportunity. It took hours and hours. You could have done something, but why did you refuse to until it is too late? So, Achan reminded us, if we do not purge the problem, if we do not deal with the problem in our life, then we would be defeated like how they were defeated by the city of Ai. When they, you know, after they stoned Achan and his family, actually his family were killed too. Some people say, oh, why? Not fair. You have to remember, Achan buried everything inside the tent, which means most likely the family are all aware of it. They are part of it. So if you are part of the sin, then you suffer the consequence along with Achan. Right? So they purged the sin, and this time Joshua took it seriously. The Lord said to Joshua, this is what you will do. Now, when the sin is purged, the abundance of the Lord returned. Then the Lord said to Joshua, take up the army. Let's wipe them out. Gather the army. This is the strategy. So the Lord gave them the strategy, how they shall fight, how they shall pretend that they were defeated, how they shall draw out all the army, how they shall conquer the city of Ai. Victory based upon trust in God and purging of sin, dealing with sin. That's how you win. So at the end, they were able to regroup, renew their relationship with God, and they are able to receive strength and live in victory. Yes, sometimes in our life, you can enjoy the battle of city of Jericho. Win, triumphant, everything goes so smooth. God is with me. But there are times that you are dealing with city of Ai. You just have to remember there are up and downs. But remember one thing. When you are able to once again humble yourself and learn to trust in God, when you are able to look inside of you and deal with your transgression, when you say to the Lord, I am very, very sorry, and I will change. This is how you receive strength and how you shall receive victory in your life, in your spiritual journey. Let's only time and pray.